Someone on Facebook asked me, how do I handle the don't playlist? And the example that he gave was his groom did not want to hear the Cupid Shuffle, but then when he got to the wedding, the best man loved the song. It was his favorite dance song, and a lot of other people there wanted to hear it, and they didn't understand why that DJ wouldn't play it. And sometimes we can actually get harassed about this. We're getting yelled at, and that sucks. So I think a lot of it's our fault, really, because a lot of this could have been avoided in the prep of the gig. I'll give you some examples of what we can do. Now, on my agency's paperwork that they send out to everybody, they got an online sheet, there's actually a column that says don't play. And I wish it wasn't there, because what it does is it encourages people to come up with things they don't like, don't want to hear. Now, if you didn't ask them at all, you probably wouldn't have anything in that column most of the time. Having said that, there are legitimate don't plays. For instance, if this is not the first marriage of either the bride or the groom, they probably don't want to hear songs that they heard at their first wedding reception, especially the first dance song at their first wedding reception. Absolutely, completely, 100% justified, don't request, no problem. I mean, I understand that. You don't want bad memories coming up at your wedding reception. Or maybe they were Journey fans. Oh, my first wife was a big Journey fan. I'd rather not hear any Journey at this wedding. Totally legitimate, 100%, no problem. But when it comes to those staple songs, that's when it kind of kicks you in the butt sometimes. The Cupid Shuffle, for instance, or any of those Moby Top 200 songs. Now, a lot of times people will say, well, I don't want to hear any of that cheesy stuff that they played at everybody's wedding reception. Now, you can assume, okay, then I have to go, real deep on this. I've got to go top 40 and some oldies tracks that you don't hear all the time, which you can do. But what you really need to do is qualify what they mean by that, because they could just be thinking of line dance songs and maybe Love Shack, but they really want to hear You Shook Me All Night Long. They really want to hear Brown Eyed Girl. They really want to hear The Twist. You don't know until you ask. You have to qualify all of your customers on these don't plays. And when you do, you need to come up with a plan, and you need to explain to them how it really works. I have no problem with walking into a client meeting and saying, okay, I noticed that you don't want to hear any line dance songs. Yeah, we don't like them. Okay, well, what happens if someone asks for them? Now, most of the time, the people will actually say, oh, well, if someone requests them, by all means play them. We just didn't want you to just play them by default. Totally makes sense. Sometimes you got self-starters at a wedding. They don't need those kick-in-the-butt line dance songs. You can go all night long and just play regular dance tracks, and you don't need the line dance songs. They're a tool. I mean, I know Cupid, he's a good guy. We've done 2 shows together. We've talked a lot on the phone, and when I see him, it's a big hug. So he's a good guy. But I don't sit around and listen to the Cupid Shuffle at home. It's not one of my favorite tunes to jam to. When I was able to dance, I wasn't one to go out and do line dances. But a lot of people are, right? So I understand that. You understand that. The groom doesn't always understand that. The other thing that we can do is come up with a protocol. If they absolutely don't want to hear the song, well, no, I don't care if anyone requests it. I just don't want to hear it. Then you have to ask them, how would you like me to handle it when someone requests it? They may say, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, it's pretty obvious that a DJ has the Cupid Shuffle. I mean, most do. So if someone asks for it, what would you like me to tell them? I can't play it? And if they ask why, do I tell them why? Do I tell them it's because you didn't want to hear it? Sometimes they'll say, yeah, I mean, if they got a problem with it, they can talk to me about it. Most of the time, that's the response I get. And then what happens is they go to the groom and they say, dude, what's up? Why can't I hear the Cupid Shuffle? Then the groom will come up to me and say, oh, dude, just play the track. They want to hear it. It's all good. It's all in the prep. It's all in the relationship you have with the client. It's all about explaining to them how this stuff works and getting around these obstacles. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But most of the time, I really want to know what's going on with these don't plays. And I want to know why, and I want to know what the protocol is. I don't know, folks. I feel like it's all in the prep. But again, find out why they don't want it. Ask them if it's okay to play it if it's requested. And if it's not, find out what they feel like the best way is for you to handle saying no to people. That's it. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.